My name's Don Flaten, and I'm a retired professor from the University of Manitoba, where I used to work in the Department of Soil Science. I was talking about 4R management of phosphorus fertilizer in the prairies, and it was a talk aimed at summarizing a review that we did for Fertilizer Canada. Well, we have several interesting challenges related to phosphorus management. One is that almost all of our soils in Western Canada are deficient in phosphorus for crop production and require supplemental fertilizer or manure to boost the phosphorus fertility for optimum production. We've got some other challenges as well, not only on the production side. In terms of water quality, all it takes is a little bit of phosphorus running off of our soils, and we can get some pretty severe algae blooms and other water quality problems. Yes, a few years ago, Dr. Cynthia Grant and I worked with a bunch of other people to gather the most up-to-date information we could find in the Northern Great Plains on phosphorus management. And so we put together a review of all the research that we could find on the sources, rates, placements, and timings for phosphate fertilizer, and put them together to look at the agronomic and the environmental benefits of these types of management practices. In the review itself, we clearly demonstrated that, for example, in terms of rates, there's pros and cons to a couple of important strategies. One is a short-term phosphorus efficiency strategy, where farmers might put on just enough phosphorus to get the best economic return in the year that that crop is growing. Generally, though, that leads to depletion and decline in pea fertility because we're not adding as much phosphorus as we're harvesting when we're taking those crops off the land. So we also talked about the long-term sort of sustainability strategy, which balances phosphorus application rates with the rate at which it's removed when the crop is harvested. So that's the rates. And then in terms of sources, we looked at different types of fertilizers, and the classic fertilizer in Western Canada, 11-52-0, is still pretty much overall the best sort of choice you can make in terms of cost effectiveness and agronomic effectiveness. And then we talked about placements and timings and how traditionally prairie farmers have been banding their phosphate fertilizer underneath the soil surface, near the seed row at time of planting or seeding. And this is by far the most agronomically efficient, and fortunately it also is the most environmentally safe way to apply phosphate fertilizer. So overall, I think we're doing really well on a lot of aspects of the 4R management structure for phosphorus. The review itself, which was completed in 2019, is available at the Fertilizer Canada website online.